along with the entourage, have made it. Can I have your confirmation? Good. Well, delegates, we have all assembled to work on today's agenda, which concerns gross human rights violation all over the world, especially in Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, Sri Lanka, and Syria. The Assembly is informed by Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch, which is the principal item of today's agenda. Members, let me have versions and observations on the subject before we discuss, debate, deliberate, and decide on what to be done, so that unanimity can be arrived at and resolution can be taken and passed. The delegate of Iraq, delegate of Afghanistan, delegate of Libya, delegate of Sri Lanka, delegate of Syria, delegate of USA, delegate of UK, delegate of Russia, delegate of China, delegate of India, delegate of Pakistan, delegate of Egypt, delegate of Guatemala, delegate of Paraguay, delegate of Tanzania, delegate of South Africa, delegate of Brazil, delegate of Mexico, delegate of Nigeria, delegate of Philippines, delegate of Indonesia, delegate of Uruguay, delegate of Greece, delegate of Germany, delegate of Australia, delegate of Argentina, delegate of UAE, delegate of Chile, delegate of Italy, delegate of Japan, delegate of South Korea, delegate of Israel, delegate of Sweden, delegate of Qatar, and delegate of Barbados. Now, we come to the agenda number 1 in today's deliberation on human rights violation. The subject country is Syria. I request the attention of the Syrian delegate.
Yes, here we are, Madam Chair.
Members, Syria has been in deep chaos and unrest for the past 2 years on account of the conflict between dictatorship and democracy. Apart from the horrors of the war, there have been glaring instances of gross violation of human rights. Despite pressure from the UN and several well-meaning countries of the world, there has been no improvement. Can the House have some updates on the latest situation after the receipt of the last report?
The Chair is hereby informed that the situation is well under control. President Bashar al-Assad has imposed heavy military forces to quell the rebels in the country. The government has appealed and warned the citizens not to take any unlawful steps.
The delegate of Germany wants to say something?
Madam Chair, I would like to express my views in the matter of Syria.
Please go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. But the facts and data contradict your statement. Over 70,000 civilians have been killed since the uprising began in March 2011. Government has executed several soldiers. There is bloodbath in Syria.
Delegate of Syria?
With the due permission of Madam Chair, I would like to answer the representative from Germany.
Permission granted.
This is nothing but exaggeration on part of media and nations having vested interests. I request the Chair not to pay heed to and get influenced by such false and biased reports.
The delegate of Italy?
With the due permission of Madam Chair, I would like to say something.
Please proceed.
Thank you, ma'am. Both the government and the anti-government forces are guilty of gross human rights violation in your country.
What does the delegate of Syria has to say in this matter?
I do not have to say anything in this regard.
The delegate of Nigeria?
With the due permission of Madam Chair, can I speak something?
Please proceed.
Let the Chair be informed that the Syrian war has become secretive in nature. There is opportunistic criminality present in the country. The situation is aggravated in the presence of foreign troops and extremist groups.
The delegate of Syria.
With the due permission of Madam Chair, I would like to answer the representative from Nigeria.
Go ahead.
The reports are sensationalized. The situation is not that horrifying.
I refer to the appointment of Lakhdar Brahmi as the special representative of Syria on behalf of the UN and the Arab Secretary General Nabil Al-Arabi. Has there been any improvement?
Ma'am, the country acknowledges the healthy intervention on part of the UN and Arab League nations. Necessary cooperation would be extended to them.
The delegate of Qatar.
Can I have the permission of the chair to say something?
Permission granted.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Initially, Qatar was of the opinion that the rebels were not justified in their act and were not stable regime of Bashar al-Assad. But presently, Qatar has changed its stand and does not approve of large scale of killing civilians.
The House notes the observations of participating delegates. May I ask China to comment on the role of Amnesty International in reducing the severity of the situation in Syria?
Sure, Madam Chair. The role of Amnesty International has not been significant. It has completely played into the hands of West and has came out with some disputable facts and figures. It has reported that 6,500 civilians along with 1,850 army deserters have been killed. These included 244 adults and over 500 children.
The delegate of Syria.
Ma'am, did I not tell you that media has misreported and that this cannot be taken as the face value?
Let us not deviate from the main subject by indulging in such irrelevant debates. Any other information in this? The delegate of Paraguay.
I would like to share some information with the due permission of Madam Chair.
Please proceed.
Thank you, ma'am. UK has moved the UN to impose sanctions on Syria on account of gross human rights violation. It recognized National Coalition Revolutionary and opposition forces.
The proposition has been vetoed and cannot be taken afresh. Before coming out with the resolution, I summarize the observations. Officials at the highest levels of the Syrian government are responsible for crimes against humanity and gross violation of human rights. The ruling Baath Party National Command employed hazardous chemicals and used repressive measures to quell the protests. President Assad should restore peace, law and order and work towards having a more stable, democratic and law-abiding Syria. I hope Syria has got the message clear.
I receive these observations and await the resolution.
Discussions and deliberations on Syria are over. I invite the delegate of Afghanistan to put forth the views regarding their issues of concern.
Thank you, ma'am. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights states, no one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment. Although this doctrine was adopted in 1948, the world has fallen quite short of this goal. Violence against women pervades all states, and it is the duty of the international community to ensure that all persons are accorded equality and respect.
The delegate of Pakistan wants to say something.
Madam Chair, I would like to seek your permission to intervene here at this point.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to say that after 1970, we didn't have good terms, but now an improvement is seen. Our government in September agreed Afghan refugees and remain in Pakistan for another 3 years, withdrawing an order by officials in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province calling for all illegal Afghan emigrants to leave the country by 25th May or face imprisonment and deportation.
The delegate of Afghanistan.
With the due permission of Madam Chair, I would like to answer the delegate of Pakistan.
Permission granted.
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate your decision of agreeing to allow the refugee of our country. I would also say that Afghanistan has experienced a constant state of civil war. Despite a 2010 Taliban Code of Conduct that is laying ordering fighters to avoid targeting civilians, the Taliban and other armed groups continued to breach the laws of indiscriminately killing and maiming civilians in suicidal attacks.
The delegate of Indonesia wants to say something.
Madam Chair, I would like to seek your permission for expressing my views.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As per our findings, more than 400 Afghan soldiers and police are dying each month. People are fleeing their homes, almost 60,000 of them in the first 6 months of 2013. The war is escalating. The UN report tells 23% increase in civilian casualties so far this year as compared to the same period in 2012.
The delegate of South Korea.
Ma'am, with your due consent, may I go ahead to express my views?
Please proceed.
Despite the passage of Elimination of Violence Against Women Act in 2009, law enforcement and judicial officials failed to properly investigate violence against women and girls and bring justice to the country.
The delegate of Afghanistan.
Respected Chair, I would like to intervene at this junction.
Please proceed.
Afghanistan has already formed CEDAW, that is, Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, in order to keep a check on violence against women and girls.
The delegate of South Africa wants to say something.
Madam President, I would like to highlight some facts related to CEDAW with your due permission.
Please continue.
Thank you, Madam President. Even 10 years after CEDAW was ratified, numerous Afghan laws explicitly discriminated against women, including in one case, the Shia personal status law. These laws on books are good, but there are major failings in their implementations.
The delegate of Afghanistan.
Now, may I answer the delegate of South Africa?
Permission granted.
Now, there is a real commitment across the government to implementing CEDAW. But with the continued help of the international community and with the help of this committee, we'll succeed.
After paying heed to the delegates about human rights violation in Afghanistan, I would like UK to highlight the role of Amnesty International in the affair of Afghanistan.
Right, Madam Chair. Amnesty International has already held its Sharm Summit in May 2012, calling for the continuation of the war in Afghanistan to protect human rights. It has also appealed Britishers not to withdraw troops from Afghanistan after 2014. In London, Amnesty International has screened a film, Peace and We, which followed a group of Afghanistan women trying to battle their way to winning votes in male-dominated parliament. On 8th and 9th July 2013, Tokyo Government International Organization and other donors met to discuss on financial commitment and funding of future law of Afghanistan.
The delegate of Argentina.
May I express my views with your due permission?
Please go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would support Afghanistan as this commission will bring about an end to the violence against women without compromising the sovereignty of the member states. Even Afghanistan has formed AIHRC, that is, Afghanistan Independent Human Rights Commission, as a national human rights institution to protect and promote human rights and investigate human rights abuses.
Yes, surely we will consider all their sincere efforts and the matters debated regarding human rights violation in Afghanistan. Members, we now have another country guilty of gross human rights violations. Sri Lanka, the Emerald Isle, will be the next subject nation. Is the representative from Sri Lanka present?
Yes, Madam Chair.
I refer to my last visit to Sri Lanka in May 2009. taken place. What updates can I get in this regard?
Madam, the government is seriously working towards resolving these issues. And I'm happy to state that remarkable progress has been made in this matter.
The delegate of Sweden.
Madam Chair, with your due permission, can I say something in this connection?
Please proceed.
But there has been adverse coverage of the happenings in Sri Lanka. If the medias were to be believed, things and situation are on a downslide. The people are thoroughly dissatisfied with the human rights scenario. They want justice.
I wish to state before the... I might remind the representative from Sri Lanka that there is no internal strife in the country. What is the regime doing? Yes, the delegate of Sri Lanka.
Thank you, ma'am. I wish to state before the Honorable Chair and the august members of UN that Sri Lanka is unnecessarily made the center of media. I want to record my protest.
The delegate of Guatemala.
Madam Chair, may I have the permission to speak, please?
Permission granted.
With the permission of the Chair, let me reproduce the facts that contradict the claim made by the representative of Sri Lanka. Both the Sri Lankan Army and the LTTE are guilty of gross human rights violations, especially in places like Jaffna and Malta.
Delegate of Mexico.
The delegate of Mexico wants to express her views with your due permission.
Please continue.
Continuing in the same vein, let me state that the Sri Lankan army would recruit children, maim them, and torture their families so that they have nowhere to go but join the army.
The war with the LTTE ended some time back. Terrorism is almost vanished from Sri Lanka. Yet, why is there still abuse of human rights? The delegate of Greece.
Madam Chair, can I seek the permission to speak?
Permission granted.
Thank you. The reluctance on part of the Sri Lankan government to uphold human rights explains the inadequate progress made. It requires political will to respect human rights, which is not there in the incumbent government.
The delegate of Sri Lanka.
Thank you, madam. All this is not true. The Honorable Chair has just mentioned that there is no terrorism in Sri Lanka. There isn't any war going on in Sri Lanka at present. Why is there no appreciation for the state?
The delegate of Chile.
Can I seek the permission? Can I seek the permission to say something?
Please proceed.
Thank you. Our country was known for encouraging and perpetuating human rights violations. We were in bad light. However, we all realized how wrong it was. Opinions have changed and we get good publicity.
What has France to say about the role of Amnesty International in the Sri Lankan situation?
Amnesty International has played a very constructive role in putting pressure on the UN to investigate about the excesses committed by the Sri Lankan Army and LTTE. It also cooperated with various humanitarian organizations and ensured safety for civilians and displaced people. It also appealed to the Sri Lankan government to respect the freedom of media and to investigate about the attacks on the journalists and the defenders of human rights.
Is there anything more to be said on this subject?
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you. I make a sincere request to the members of this august body to see the Sri Lankan efforts in a proper perspective. Let there be a genuine appreciation for the progress made by the Sri Lankan government in eradicating terrorism and bringing the war with the LTTE to an end. Human rights violations are taking place throughout the world, which is sad. But why should Sri Lanka be singled out and be subjected to a scandal? Please, do not pass on observations with a prejudiced mind.
I have the US-sponsored resolution put before the 47-nation strong body. Let me state that 25 nations had voted in support of the resolution. 13 nations have voted against, including Pakistan. India abstained from voting but urged the UN to take an objective view on the Sri Lankan happening. The delegate of Sri Lanka.
Madam Chair, my country would not accept the resolution. Nevertheless, I await it.
This brings to an end to the discussions and deliberations on Sri Lanka. Moving on to our next delegate of Iraq.
It has been observed that human rights violations of all stripes have increasingly plagued Iraq. After 2003 US invasion, from suicide bombing and persecution of religious minority. A decade later, before Iraq was facing a repressive rule of Saddam Hussein, but USA supported and endured the help, which is commendable. Our country is still struggling hard to protect the human rights.
The delegate of India.
With your due permission, I would like to express my views.
Permission granted.
Iraqi prisoners suffer from unfavorable and crowding sanitary conditions. Some are denied access to doctors and others are tortured. What is Iraq's government doing in this regard?
The delegate of Iraq.
With your due permission, may I answer to the question?
Please proceed.
Iraqi government is investigating allegations of torture. The conditions are generally improving. Even our Prime Minister, His Excellency Nouri al-Maliki, has promised to protect human rights, including their freedom of speech.
The delegate of Tanzania wants to say something?
Madam Chair, with your due permission, I would like to intervene at this point.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam. It has been reported that the journalists and the human rights activists have been harassed, beaten, detained, and even killed, and a culture of impunity prevails.
The delegate of Iraq.
May I express my views?
Please proceed.
The government is trying its best to have control on such offences, and we hope that the committee is soon going to come up with new plans.
The delegate of Australia.
Madam Chair, I would like to seek permission to express my views.
Permission granted.
As far as our research, Iraq doesn't have healthy relations with neighboring countries and is now becoming a home of terrorism.
The delegate of Iraq.
May I?
Please proceed.
We are even tense and does look forward to form allies with other countries.
The delegate of Barbados.
Madam Chair, with your due permission, I would like to put forward my observations.
Go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. As in previous years, many, possibly hundreds of people were sentenced to death, increasing the number of prisoners on death row. Most of them were convicted on terrorism-related charges. Ramadi's Tasfirat prison held 33 prisoners sentenced to death during the first half of the year. 27 of them were convicted on terrorism charges. Trials consistently failed to meet the international standards of fairness. Many defendants allege that they were tortured during interrogation in pre-trial detention and were forced to confess.
What does the delegate of Iraq want to say?
No comments on this point, madam.
The delegate of Philippines.
I would like to express my views with the due permission of Madam Chair.
Permission granted.
I would like to suggest to the delegate of Iraq that armed conflict bill should be enacted into law, which allows the special protection of children. The government needs to ensure that there will be genuine criminal investigation and prosecution of anyone responsible for torture or other abuses. The government should also investigate abusive security forces.
The delegate of Iraq.
May I put forth my views?
Please proceed.
The enactment of the armed conflict bill is under discussion and some productive will definitely come.
The delegate of Japan wants to say.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As per our study and report, your government is trying its level best to check on the pattern of human rights violations in Iraq. So, could you please elaborate on it?
The delegate of Iraq.
With your due consent, may I answer to the question?
Please proceed.
In April, Iraq's parliament passed a law
which includes provision criminalizing forced and child marriage, abuse of girls and women, and a total ban on NFMG.
What does the delegate of USA want to say about the role of Amnesty International in Iraq?
The USA has funded a number of projects which aim to strengthen the role of law and improve the justice system in Iraq. This includes working closely with partners to the European Union Integrated Role of Law Mission for Iraq to promote governance by institutions and buildings within the Kurdish regional government.
This brings to the end of the discussions and deliberations on Iraq. We have another delegate from Libya. Libya is a country where rights of refugees, asylum seekers and immigrants are abused. Let's see what the delegate of Libya has to speak about this.
Madam Chair, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Human rights in Libya are the record of human rights upheld and violated at the various stages of Libya's history. And these violations, I'm sorry to say, but are becoming more conspicuous day by day because there are no initiatives by the government taken in this regard. Citizens are being abused and tortured by the Gaddafi era. Even women and children are ill-treated. Gaddafi, who nominally stepped down from the power in 1977 but remained an unofficial brother leader until 2011, has half of the population under his influence. And it clearly shows that lack of democracy and no consistent rule of law is the main reason for having all this. Who says democracy ends with casting a ballot? Participatory government involves much more than the act of voting.
The delegate of Brazil.
Madam Chair, with your due permission, may I ask a question to the Libyan delegate?
Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Don't you think that your government has failed to combat the growing xenophobia and racism that are fueling the abuses and spreading baseless fears among foreign nationals?
The delegate of Libya.
With your due permission, ma'am, I would like to answer the same.
Proceed.
Yes, we do agree that the rights of 10,000 foreign nationalists, including many asylum seekers and refugees, are being routinely violated. Well, I just have to say that we can sign every human rights declaration in the world. But if we stand by and watch people being slaughtered in their own country, what are those signatures really worth?
The delegate of Uruguay.
Madam Chair, with your due permission, I would like to question the delegate of Libya.
Please proceed.
What is your government doing in this regard? Even a bomb attack outside Al-Jalab Hospital in Bagside targeted many Libyan civilians.
The delegate of Libya.
Madam Chair, I would like to make this altercation more informative.
Please proceed.
I know, and I personally think that these attacks are not only an assault on Libya or on its citizens, but also an assault on the very ideals on which the UN was built. I totally agree that those who carry such attacks show complete disregard towards the UN. Presently, we're investigating the attack.
The delegate of UAE.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's a pleasure to express my views in front of you. On August 6, 2013, 102 immigrants were rescued under sea. May I know the reason?
The delegate of Libya.
Well, I'm really sorry to say, but they were under the threat of facing real risk of human rights abuses.
What UN would recommend to Libyan government is to plan strategies to have control over these issues. What does the delegate of Russia has to say about the role of Amnesty International in Libya?
Madam Chair, Amnesty International condemns Benghazi bombing targeting civilians. Amnesty International has demanded Libyan government to ensure that perpetrators are brought to justice in fair proceedings and in line with international human rights standards. In case of private vessel, MV Sullivan carrying fleeing Libyans, Amnesty International considers that no passenger on the board should be removed to Libya where they would face a real risk of ill treatment.
The delegate of Israel.
certain facts regarding Libya. May I, Madam Chair? Please proceed. It is clear that most of the problems in Libya arose after the rule of Gaddafi. His terrible actions have caused great loss to life and property. Russia, along with western parts, is calling on Gaddafi to give him powers. Also, no country will give him shelter. The delegate of Egypt.
I would like to seek the permission of Madam Chair to intervene at this point.
Permission granted.
Libya needs a transparency and accountability to government and end to corruption. Even no reservation for women in government is a clear sign of human rights violation.
The delegate of Libya. I wish to state something, ma'am. Please proceed.
Yes, we do agree. Our country is trying real hard to bring indivisible opportunities like reservation for women for encouraging them. But I personally think that all of a sudden we should not be trying to impose Western values on a single template of region. I believe that eventually our initiatives would bring back peace and prosperity in Libya. That's all, Madam Chair.
The discussions and deliberations on Libya are over. Human rights need to be upheld and respected all over the world. As part of the Millennium Goals, the UN is sincerely committed to strive for this purpose. Violation of human rights calls for serious action on part of the defaulting countries. We urge and prevail upon these countries to set right the disorder caused by the human right violation and ensure that such occurrences do not happen in future. The UN, along with the rest of the world, would assist and cooperate in establishing peace, harmony, brotherhood, and universal goodwill among the people. It is our collective responsibility. We cannot shirk from it. Let peace be on planet Earth. Can I have the concurrence of all of you? Alright, with the majority of the members agreeing to the resolution hereby stands passed. We will now meet in the next session on September 10th. Thank you.